All right, so let's get started. First things first, let's do the check-in. What is your number?
Um, like 3.5.
3.5. Why are you a little bit low?
Yeah.
Is it Monday or?
It's just a lot.
Okay.
Just a lot. Like, part of it is because it is a Monday, but now it's just a lot going.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, just to jump right into it. So I observed in your classroom, like I said I would, for your entire block because I wanted to collect some data and to look at some things. So first we're going to talk about like some of the goals that I saw in your classroom. In 8th grade, I saw that students were working and on task. Working and on tags, and we haven't set any action steps yet, and that's what we're going to do for this meeting.
Okay.
But students were working and on tasks, completing. Students were engaged in conversations around the lesson, so that was also good as well too. You have some, and that class is a very good class to like have debates with because they love going against each other, trying to prove each other wrong and things like that. So there was definitely some success with that, so that's a good thing. So students were working on tasks, students engaged in the conversations of the lesson. You had your timer set. You had your timer set for students to keep the pace. So that was good as well too. So the next thing, and you go, you know how you see the success, see the model, and then see the gap. Will you do that with Anna, right? Okay, so now I want you to see the model, and in the model, I want you to open up your informal observation template, and I'm gonna open it up here too because I scripted.
That's in my Adam Science thing.
You know where you go to? Hold on, let me see. I was just there. So it's in your informals and in your it's in your formal, informal scorecard right there. Yep, open it up. So let's take a look at your what I did on Friday. I haven't scored anything yet with that.
Okay.
So I haven't put anything in there, but I wanted to take a look at your informal evidence that I did on Friday.
This one?
Friday was the...
Yeah, because I see your thing.
What was Friday's date? The 28th.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I came in at 10:44. Students walked in, started cutting. Students have been working for about 3 minutes. You said the flaps are displayed. You counted them down. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. 100% of students are working on their cutouts.
This one?
Go all the way. Yeah, but go all the way down to 2:28.
Okay.
And then while we're doing that, I want you to tally up how many times you had to redirect the student during that time while you were in there. Well, I was in there in the thing, and I'm just gonna go over. So you write a tally mark every time you did a redirection or every time you had to do it like a countdown. So 3 minutes, countdown, glue, flaps, 5, 20 second, eyes on me, and 5.
Do I count
4.
the 3 minutes when I told them I was coming in?
Nope.
Okay.
So just when you redirect the
5, 4, 3, 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you redirect the student. So eyes on me, so that's 1. Then you had give them the scissors so we can move on. So that's 2. Devin, can't give her your scissors. That's 3. Abram, give her your scissors and glue. That's 4. Devin, give me the scissors. You told him that 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes on me. Then you went through your questions, which was fine. Students were fine. Students were fine. Students were fine. Then you went into Jeremiah, stop talking. To say, Jeremiah, stop talking. Please stop talking. Hans, stop. You counted down. Let's settle back. down. Or no, don't add that one because that was when you were telling them to when the lesson was interrupted. And also that was also a glow too that I gave you when the man came in to do the measurements. You were able to be like, all right, let's get back together and get to back where you're going. So I also gave you a glow for that one too. And Natalie had her head down. You probably didn't see that one.
I'll put that. So that's
So count how many
14.
14 times within, and I was there from 10:44. I was there from I wasn't there from 10:44. I didn't come in that late to 11:07. So within that time, you redirected the class 14 times. How many times did you give out positive points?
I don't know. I just put them in kickboard towards the end.
Right, but did you tell the kids they were getting them? How many times did you narrate the positive in your classroom during that time? 0. You engaged with Devin in an unnecessary power struggle. How many times did you tell Devin to? 5 times. Was he doing anything that was bothering any other student? No. Was he being disruptive? What was he doing?
Still cutting.
He was still cutting his stuff out. So when you were trying to engage in him to get compliance, and I get it, you were trying to get compliance. I definitely get it. But you have to know that there's a fine line when you're trying to get compliance out of someone and when you want them still to work. If you see that he came in and said that he had a what? Do you remember? He had a paper cut.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
He said he had a paper cut, so he had a tissue on his hand. So he actually got started later than the kids in the classroom. And when time was up, you engaged in a power struggle with him by telling him 5 times to put the scissors and glue down, which I commend him for not engaging back with you and just continue to do that, because he is the type of student who will push back on you and get the power struggle. So that's where I want you to see where the miscommunication is or where the expectations are not being set at. Do you see how I'm going with this in the classroom? So with Devin, you could have what could you have done differently? Let him finish. Because he wasn't disrupting anybody. He wasn't being disrespectful. He was just trying to finish cutting out his paper, because he was adhering to your expectations, but not as fast as you wanted him to adhere to your expectations. However, he did come in late and he did say that he had an issue, so he was just trying to finish with that. So just be aware, especially because he is also one of our high flyers sometimes as well too, and he is one that you sometimes have trouble with that. So just be aware that when he was in your classroom, you don't engage in a power struggle like that. You set an expectation by saying, okay, Devin, I'll give you 2 more minutes for that. And then you continue on with the lesson with that. But everyone else, you should be wrapping up with that. You get what I'm saying? So don't engage in the power struggles. And that's with any of them. If they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, you could easily say you get 30 more seconds, or you get a minute more, or you get this more, a few more minutes. Don't engage in a power struggle just for compliance, because that means that you're doing power over purpose when you should be doing purpose over power. It's the why behind what you're doing, instead of saying, I'm the teacher, this is my classroom, and you're going to comply because I said so. So no, you do the purpose behind it. Why is he still cutting? Because he got in later, he didn't finish. And you have to assess that quickly in your teaching. All right, everyone is still working. You have to do a quick look around to see, are they finished, before you say, I know I set a timer. But then you have to reassess and say, okay, if I got 5 or 6 kids still cutting, maybe they what?
Well, came later or started
later, or they need more
time.
They need more time. And it's okay to assess that during your teaching with that. And it's helpful with the students as well too, if you're not pushing just to get compliance. So sometimes you have to step back and say, all right, assess the room, or okay, I got 5 or 6 students still cutting. Maybe they need about 2 more minutes. So let me give them 2 more minutes to finish. And then you can get compliance that way. And then you'll have 100% finish. And then your transition will be smoother as well, too. You don't have to say, Abram, give her the scissors. Devin, give him the scissors. Because at this point, the number one thing that you want is the assignment complete. And if you're the assignment complete, that means you have 100% compliance with that. So you got to remember, it's the purpose over power, not the power over purpose with that, okay? So I just want you to like take a look at that to see like, how many positive points you gave out during that time. How many times did you narrate the positive when you were in the classroom, and to just reflect on the power struggle that you could have had with Devin about the scissors and him still doing this work for that. Any takeaways from what I just said?
So what if?
Or any questions?
So like I give Devin more time, or I'll be like, okay, so you came in later, I'll give you like 3 more minutes or 2 more minutes. And then what if someone, which Damien always does,
yell out why?
Yes.
Question everything.
Yeah. So why does he get more time?
And that's when you stand your ground as a teacher. And that's when your power may come in and say, it's none of your business why he get more time. Did you finish your assignment? Then that's what you need to be concerned with. Or if you want to share that. So, and that's what you share with, like, he needed more time. If you need more time, I would have gave you more time too. And that's how you like shut them down, like immediately. Like, you don't, I mean, and Damien is a kid, he always questioning, you're right. So why he get more time? Because he needed more time. Did you need more time too? Oh, okay, then be quiet then with that. So, and that's how you definitely would shut that down. And then you go off and narrate the positive. Thank you to those who did finish on time. Thank you to those who are still working hard right now. You got to get that narrating the positive is what you got to practice. You got to get that narrator positive, because the kids feel like it's just all and it's just all negative when there's no upbuilding of the negative. Definitely give them, negative if they're not behaving, but also empower them with the positive too, with that as well too. So there has to be a balance of both in the classroom. It's just when the kids just say that, do you need more time? Oh, okay. If you're questioning why are you worried?
Okay.
And you got to hit them with the positive and the negative as well too. Okay. But I definitely want you to see the gap between you and Devin, because that was just something I noticed in the classroom for that. So what do you think your next action steps would be for this week?
Add in more positive.
Wait, so let me we're going to punch it and name it. Add positive. How are you going to do that? What does that look like?
Tell them the positives. Like, I go in and I put in on it the.
But what good is they don't know?
Yeah, I have to tell them.
You have to tell them that they're getting positive, because they know they're getting your negatives. They know they're getting your negatives, so you got to tell them that they're getting the positives with that as well. What else?
No power struggles.
No, how do you avoid power struggles?
Purpose over power.
Purpose over power. Absolutely. What does the purpose mean? What does that mean?
To finish the assignment so we can keep learning and going.
So you want compliance, but how do you get compliance? How do you know that everyone is 100% compliant?
When they all have it done.
When they all have it done. When it's all done. So, and that's simply just called 100%, period. And that's how you get that. What else? I want you to add one more that you think you should have. So adding the positives and one more. So these are like the positive points for kids. What else?
Try not to redirect so much.
It's called narrate the positive.
Oh, okay.
Narrate the positive. When you give a directive in your classroom, when you give a directive in your classroom and you say such as, when you say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all eyes on me, narrate somebody that's doing that. Narrate that positive. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Damien. Because he's not gonna be expecting that, because he's so used to the thank you, Damien. Thank you, Devin. Simply narrating the positive. Oh, I love how such and such is ready. I love how such and such is ready. Let's watch this video real quick about it's called positive framing.
Okay.
Is my thing going? I always keep it.
And now, Marius, I am on 1. Good afternoon, Harvard. Good afternoon. What is our objective for today? Look at those hands. Here we go. Let's go with A first. What did we do a long time ago when we first did patterns. It was a while ago, I know, it was a while ago. When we first did patterns, I love the track that I'm saying now. I wonder what happens when I move
See?
around the room.
You see?
What is
I
that
love,
first
she's narrating the positive.
step that we did after we circled, well, second step, sorry. After we circled the rule, we need to draw them. Brooklyn tracker, I see hands up there, ready to read. Only have 3 choices left, so let's see. All right, I need someone with voice. Deja, you have voice for me? You sure? All right, hands down, Deja's reading. Go ahead.
August had 4 more birthdays than June.
All right, now don't say anything because I need to see my fingers. True for Jasmine, true or false? Let's see them. Now you can't do this because I can't tell. Looks like one big finger. True or false? I like how Brooklyn took her time quickly to read and make sure she knew her answer. She didn't look around the room at anybody else's fingers. She wanted to make sure she knew her answer. True or false? All right. Oh boy. We're down to the last 2. I hope one of these works. That wouldn't be good if it didn't. Oh well, we'll see. Here we go. I need somebody to read C. I need voice though. Okay, I'm gonna work on your voice, okay? Oh yeah, because I know you have it. I want to hear it. C. Read it. I really like the enthusiasm that I'm seeing. This whole column right here is really grabbing hold to it. John, I know you're trying to persevere today. Keep on trying, okay? All right, let's hear C. Summer, use your voice. What is that scale counting by right now? What is that scale counting by? Obsession, what is it counting by? Ooh, look at that track. I ain't got this head. It's counting by 2. Easy. What do we have to do next to each one of those things? Draw our 4 lines. So for A and C, let's draw our 4 lines. Raisha, make sure you're drawing your 4 lines and nothing else. Draw your 4 lines. Draw your 4 lines. Oh, Shantae has it.
I like 3 little videos. I'm gonna have to do an eye move.
Let's see how you do, okay? Marius is done. Don't slam your pencil. I know you're done by your track. Pencils down in 5, 4, 3, 2. I just saw Raisha go from the top of the bar that was way over here so she could make sure she had the right number. 2. Pencils down. 1. When we do heads down, eyes closed, what do? We take a what? A vote. Very good. How come we didn't choose B? Crackers and candy. Why not? Why not, Tayani? I like how you just tracked Deontay without even a word. Correct. Now, it's not enough to just tell me that you chose that answer. Here are Miss Austin's questions. Here we go. Show me slap. Don't lose it. You guys are doing an awesome job persevering. Here we go.
You see how much she had was narrating the positive the entire time she was in there. So how many times, and when she did redirect students, did you know she was redirecting students? Because every time she said track, that's a redirection. That means eyes are on me. Track the speaker, track this person. Or you didn't even know she was redirecting students because she did it in such a manner that her culture is already there. So all she had to say was track, and the kids know. So tell me how you're going to narrate the positive in your classroom.
When one person looks, several people look, or one person, I want to say that, like, I like the way this person is looking.
Yes.
Thank you for your eye contact.
Yes. Thank you is always in order when you are when you say anything. Thank you. How else can you narrate the positive?
Be like, I like how you helped out. If it's Joanna, be like, Joanna, I like how you helped out Jennifer. That's great empathy right there.
Yes, tie to the cut, and then boom, that's a positive point right there. You get an empathy point right there. So boom, that's a positive point. Absolutely. So not only in 8th grade though, but like in all of your classes,
just
like
that.
that. Yeah, because like all of your classes, like when you are talking about that. So absolutely narrating the add positive points and narrate the positive. That's all we working on this week. What are we working on this week?
Narrate the positive, add positive points.
Add positive points, and they go hand in hand. Because I want you to be able to bring back the morale in your classroom. Okay?
Okay.
All right.